good afternoon, and welcome to Audiotree Live. The date is Friday, April 29th. We are so pleased to have with us in the studio live, Into It, Over It.
A dark entry over a darkened door. A nice night to speak at the length of this week. For the first time in a long time, I haven't had to search for the words. For the first time in a long time, I'm yours.
You're watching Audiotree Live, and we are in the studio with Into It Over It. Welcome, guys. Evan, the new album Standards, you and Josh retreated to a cabin in the woods to write this thing. Was there ever a moment where you were like, man, this is getting a little too rustic, it's sounding a little too much like Nebraska, let's crank up the volume?
Never. That was never part of the case. I think we went in just kind of trying to write whatever came naturally or whatever felt right at the time. Mm-hmm. And I was there for 5 days alone. That might have been like the most, like the very first 5 days I was there completely by myself. That might have been the most almost reaching insanity thing that it's the first time I'd ever been that isolated probably in my whole life.
Were you doing like the Apocalypse Now thing where you're doing karate chops in the room and eating rats and stuff like that?
Yeah. Well, I mean, not that extreme, but there was a raccoon that we had to exterminate at one point. But
exterminate? How come? What was he doing?
He was eating I didn't hurt him, and neither did Josh. It was Pat, who was the caretaker of the cabin. He threw an axe from like 20 yards away and was able to nail this raccoon that was like eating away at the inside of the cabin.
Was it like on the wall or on the floor? Or,
it was outside. It was
oh, man. And so he threw it through the air like a tomahawk and it just
I didn't see it happen. He explained what he did. So there may be room for exaggeration there, but he's definitely a Paul Bunyan type character.
Yeah, I'd like to meet this guy someday. Something I wanted to ask you about was the album art. It's, I don't know what you would call it, like is it crochet, the kind of that thing sewn into a circle? I was just wondering if you could elaborate on that a little bit, just of its connection to the album, and I know you've had a similar aesthetic with some of the singles too.
Josh, you want to take this one? Nope. So our friend Hutch does this very macabre style needlepoint, and she'd kind of become friends and close with Josh and I right around the time we were getting ready to make the record, and I really dug what she was doing. I thought that what her art was really she exemplifies a lot of care and a lot of technique and a lot of very, very what's the word I want to use? There's a lot of practice that goes into what she does. Yeah. It's very specific. It's very beautiful. The lines are very clean. It's very well structured, well put together, and so through connecting with Josh, we kind of worked out this idea to put this artwork together, and that originally was supposed to be ideas of how human beings will seek things for pleasure, but that also kill them, like things like gambling, substance abuse, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like these kind of addictions that people seek for pleasure. And eventually we ran out, but a lot of them are tied in with the artwork, tied in with the lyrics and tied in with what we made. And and she knocked it out of the park. It's beautiful.
Yeah, and you can see with the skeleton with the knife, or the skeleton hands the knife right behind Rodrigo. Yeah. We're gonna ask you about that right after this next song.
Cool.
So get ready.
What song is this?
Who You Are.
All right.
Made a list of everything you did and said. Then I hung my goddamn head. Sorry we all said this was a bad idea. Less intent for your temper. More excuse to leave your old New York home for the Midwest glow. Well, you are not the form. You aren't where your head rests. The truth is no personal touch made it all too much. So low, so you left it all alone. All regaled you so low, so you left it all alone. It's all your fault. Made a list of everything you did and said. Then I shook my head, reduced to fit the form. You aren't where his head rests, but while we moved on to figure you out, you just ran your mouth so low, so you left it all alone. All regaled you so low, so
watching Audiotree Live. We're in the studio with Into It Over It. Rod, it looks like you're about to be squeezed by these skeleton hands from over here.
Is it actually happening?
I don't know. Maybe that's not even a picture, you know? Maybe it's the real thing.
Yeah. You know, yeah, there's all sorts of camera tricks that can happen here.
Do you believe in the supernatural?
I don't really believe.
In anything?
Yeah.
Before we started, I'm sorry, you guys had talked about, you know, you're being on tour and that you have lots of tales to tell. I was wondering what you meant by that. Crazy road stories, anything like that?
I guess just like a lot of stuff has happened. Like I was thinking about it the other day. Like we started this, we left Chicago at like 5 a.m. completely out of our goddamn minds. Mm-hmm. On the way down to South by Southwest, we nearly died a couple times. There was like tornadoes. And then even when we left Southwest to, or South by, whatever you want to call that thing.
South by big time.
Yeah, which is just like a whole nother thing. That's a whole nother entity discussion within itself. But then we left that, and then there was like a snowstorm that we nearly died in.
Yeah, we almost fishtailed the trailer.
Yeah.
And then it was weird, man. It was like since that day, since like the almost van accident, ice storm, Wisconsin thing, it's been nothing but sunshine and like 65 degrees for 5 weeks.
Yeah. Knock on some wood, man. You guys are about to go to Europe, you know?
Well, yeah, I mean, that's cloudy and gray there all the time.
Yeah.
What's out of all these calamities, the tornadoes, the snowstorms, which it was the scariest to you guys?
The ice storm was the scariest to me.
Yeah.
I was being kind of bold. I thought I could get through it. Mm-hmm. And we pulled over for gas to like assess the situation, and then we left, and it like got maybe 10 yards up the street before the van skidded again, and it was like, no, like these guys were like, call it, and I was like, no, I could do it, you know, and I totally couldn't do it. It's like one of the scariest driving scenarios I've ever been in.
Well, an ice storm, it's like the worst parts of ice and the worst parts of a storm. You know? So, yeah.
Oh, it's awful.
That's
It'll do it for you. Have you seen the movie The Ice Storm?
No.
Who stars in that?
Have you seen it? Man, it's like Joan Allen, Kevin Kline. It ends with a key party, which is also kind of scary, at least in the movie. It's
a key party?
Yeah, it's in the 70s, so there's, that sort of thing was
maybe
big.
if that's where we were headed, we would have kept going.
Oh, we just got this ice storm. Oh, there's this great key
there's
party.
A key party. We gotta hit that at 3 a.m. in the morning or whatever.
Awesome. Well, let's go into a song that I'm guessing is probably not about key parties, but
what is the next song?
Yeah, I love that. I sent a text with the set list to everybody.
My phone's dead,
Anesthetic is the next song.
Okay.
Just in the order we would play on live.
You are watching Audiotree Live. We're in the studio with Into It, Over It. The new album is called Standards. This isn't hyperbole. It's my album of the year so far, so definitely check it out. I mean it. I really do mean it. And you can watch my past interviews. I don't say that to just any band. It seriously is great. Let's just keep rolling through the next song. The next one is not from Standards, but is also wonderful. Do you guys need a minute to tune? We can all. No, that's totally
If you
cool.
got more questions, now's a great time.
Yeah. We'll ask him then.
What is the next song? Because I don't have my phone.
The Shaking of Leaves.
Shaking Leaves, all right.
I feel bad. I feel like we're spoiling it for the
It's not a surprise anymore.
watchers. Yeah, they're the guy at home who was like, I was really hoping to get Shaking of Leaves. His excitement is now,
Waned.
Yeah,
It's
it's
done.
waning.
Sorry, guy.
Sorry,
Sorry, guy.
It had to be a surprise for Rob.
Yeah.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Sure.
Here we go.
Late this afternoon, I heard your It was the first time in what felt like years. It was a whisper in my ear and then the wind in the trees. It was the shaking of leaves. It shook the streets while shaking me. Late this afternoon, I heard your voice. Got hit for the first time in what felt like years. It struck me down, a harmless jab at you rang loud and clear. You tore down the walls, and just as quickly you were gone. Must have heard me calling softly. Must have heard my brief applause. And must have heard my disbelief. The New Haven expose confirmed they caught a killer. Well, I caught a chill when the newsprint said the gunman was 19. Afternoon, I heard your voice. It was the first time in what felt like
You are watching Audiotree Live. We are here in the studio with Into It, Over It. I know I've kept things pretty lighthearted so far, but man, that song, the video makes me think of my dog growing up, so I always get just a little, like, lump in my throat with it. Yeah, no, seriously. Are any of you guys dog owners? What breed? What is it? Don't be shy.
It's a Sheltie.
Oh, that's awesome. And do you consider yourself an animal lover then?
I do, yeah.
Yeah.
I have dogs. I don't really like cats.
Yeah, yeah, cats suck. No, they don't
Team
suck.
dog. Team dog all the way.
Are there any cat lover, like, I guess Team Cat members in the band?
I'm a Team Hugh lover.
Yeah.
He's my cat, and mine and my girlfriend's cat, and he's like 12 years old.
Yeah.
He's got 2 teeth. He's just like, we adopted him when like a year and a half ago. So we got a really old dude of a cat. Like, just like all he wants to do is just lay around and eat. And he's the best. He doesn't break anything. He doesn't mess anything up. He's super funny. And he the first night we had him, he slept in bed with us. It was really cool. He's just like, and the owners were gonna euthanize him.
Whoa, no.
Because they were having a baby and didn't think that they could have a cat and a baby at the same time. And the one of the Chicago animal shelters around here were like, why would you just put the cat up for adoption? And like, after owning him, we're like, who would ever want to euthanize this cat? He's like, he's the best cat I've ever owned.
Yeah.
And he's incredible. I love him.
Is he at home watching right now?
Yeah. I got him all hooked up to the the Verizon router. He's just sitting at home with a laptop, probably drinking a LaCroix and hanging out.
A LaCroix and a plate of Fancy Feast or whatever.
He's a dry food dude. You know, he's got tummy trouble, and I think that was why another reason why the old owners might have they had him like all hopped up on all sorts of like medication and steroids and stuff, and he doesn't need it. He just needed to be eating food that wasn't like Meow Mix. You know?
Yeah. Not that there's anything wrong with Meow Mix, our sponsor. No, I'm just kidding.
I don't. Can I not say like companies on the Audiotree?
I don't know. I don't know if we have sponsors. If we do, I
Eat
don't.
McDonald's.
If we do have sponsors, I doubt it's Meow Mix. I mean, that could be cool though.
You don't want to burn any bridges, man.
That's true. And who's to say Meow Mix down the line might not want to do something.
Keep your options open.
Have you guys have any sponsorship like on a tour or anything like that? Or?
What do you mean, like gear or something, or?
Yeah, gear. Even if it's like, Red Bull presents Into It Over It.
Oh no, nothing like that. We work really closely with CNC, and we work with this company High Tone, who did our amps for us. They gave us a really great deal, and Ernie Ball. Yeah. I mean, these are places. Diadario, it's ProMark too, right? Yeah, so they've been really looking out for us.
Nice.
Yeah, it's been really, really cool. So we're under a nice little umbrella of people that really look after this band. It's really cool.
That seems like a better thing to be hooked up with than cat food. I think you guys are.
I'll take a cat food hookup all day, man. I'm spending, we're spending fucking $50 a month on that cat.
Yeah, Friskies, Meow Mix, Fancy Feast. Any of you cat companies listening, we have a band for you.
Chobani, I'll do whatever you want.
Yeah, sell your soul to Chobani yogurt.
I'm yours.
On that Chobani note, let's go into the last song.
Do you have the list of songs?
I do actually.
You announce the songs. I don't want to announce them.
Okay, I'll announce them. All right, here we go. There's a little 2-for-1 special. We have Adult Contempt followed by Required Reading.
I think I flipped them actually. I think it's Required Reading first, and then Adult Contempt.
Ooh, a little.
There's an arrow. Did I draw the arrow on there?
The
flip-floppy arrow?
I think on the other one you did.
On the other one.
I have to admit, they actually asked me about the arrow, and they said, that just means it goes into it, not that it's a flip-flop. And
That's
I'm like,
a flip-flop.
So that's my fault.
I thought that was like the international sign for flip-flop.
I think I'm the one who is in the dark on that, because they did know, and they asked me, and I screwed it up. So it's Required Reading followed by Adult Contempt, right?
Yeah.
Awesome. Thanks for being here, guys.
Yeah, guys. This is awesome. Towards unfortunate ends. Within our winters now permanently inclement. It's off and on, but often awful through the worst of it. Feels the pain from the opinions on the shade will say the enemy is me. Drag out the fever, drink deep the disease. Not immune to what
his cloak and beggar, trashing homes to pay some rent. Destructive accusations work for earnings better spent. Suggestions say the wait is over, to move along but take some cover. 'Cause it seems required reading, there's no author as of late. I'm scared to keep a cautious culture safe from harm while mostly up to date. Towards unfortunate ends, destroys the pain on my
You're watching Audiotree Live. We're here with Into It Over It, just giving them a quick moment to tune and everything. You guys just let me know whenever you're ready. Okie dokie doesn't get said enough, I think.
It really should get more play, you know?
Yeah, I hear oaks and okay.
Oaks? Who says oaks?
Oaks,
That is
like,
not
No, I
acceptable.
never heard. I've heard totes. I love totes.
Totes is all right.
Totes.
like over, you never gotten over text like
Oaks.
Oaks.
Never got oaks.
OKES.
When okay is too much. Hit him with an oaks.
Sometimes if people tell me okay, though, I feel like they're passive aggressively mad at me. Like, I'm like, hey, I'll meet you at this place, and they're like, okay. It just
Okay.
feels a little, yeah.
Yeah.
But not okay with an exclamation mark, which would be nicer, I think. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, let's hear this last song. Are you guys good? All right, let's do it.
Twist my arm, just to twist the knife. Deconstructing the form of art as you empty your pen at night. Distort your work, then bleed it dry. Your entitlement determines what you painfully scrutinize. Not about to care about you. Where do I fit in? How does it fit in first? Saw your common goals, lack of common sense. See a grown man throwing fences on community's expense. Not about to care about you. Where do I fit in? And how does this fit in? But as they get friends with privilege, there's another way, like the other way first. Like the other way.
You're watching Audiotree Live. This has been Into It Over It. Thank you so much for the band just for being here. This was awesome. Thank you to everyone in the studio. Thanks to the engineers for making us sound good. Thanks to Lights and Camera for making us look good. And of course, thank you to all of you at home who are watching. If you want to support the band, you can pick up standards, catch them on tour, or download a stream of this once it's online. And if you want to reach out to Audiotree, feel free to give us a shout out on social media. Thanks again, guys. Take care. Have a great weekend.
Cool. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, man.
Thank you.